Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Truth Council 23 with me, Truth Nunez, and our spiritual council. Welcome to everyone. Welcome to our new subscribers. Welcome to our day ones, and welcome to everyone in between. We wanted to do a special reading for you, my lovies, because we were doing a preliminary for you, and Spirit kept giving us, let's get right into it. We're going to thank the spiritual council, but this is probably not going to be for everyone, but if you decide to stick around, it's a good idea, because there are a lot of lies in a situation, and some people deserve a standing ovation. And Spirit wanted us to go ahead and just share this with you, because when I do the preliminaries, I kind of like let it marinate, and then whatever comes out naturally in the next day's reading, that's what I share with you. But this is kind of pressing because certain things involve children and teenagers. And so if it resonates with you, and you want to stick around, stick around. And if you want a private reading, please definitely book in the description box below. But it is a pressing issue because someone is trying to silence, or a group actually, it looks like a group of people working together that unfortunately are very comfortable with living lies. And it's almost like when you get, like when they have like those To Catch a Predator shows, somebody loves watching that, but it's because there's a reason for it. Someone's actually living that energy, and it is expressing itself in the physical reality. So it's almost like when you're, in those To Catch a Predator, and you see like when they're being confronted, and some are so callous that they'll lie, they'll just deny their involvement in the situation, try to deflect, try to make it as if, or project it onto something else, or even project it back onto the person that's asking them, why did you do this? They're like, you're the problem, you're not my friend, you're my enemy. And they get aggressive and angry. And for some, we're gonna get right into it. So I just want to kind of preface this with that, because I feel like for some of you, this may not apply. And for those that want to stick around, I think there's something here for someone to really get out of their fear and really see what's actually happening to a little girl who's actually quite special. But for some of you, this could also speak to a little boy. I am seeing a little girl in my mind's eye. I am getting the name Oscar as well. So there's definitely a gifted child involved in a situation for some who has spiritual gifts, and you'll see that in a second. But it looks like everything is coming up. 2024, the energies that are present, everything is coming up to heal for a reason. It's up to you whether you want to live another karmic cycle of suffering, or if it's coming up, it's because it's for a reason. Something about Aurora could be significant for some. Something about Orlando. Something about a mass shooting. There was a mass shooting. A mass shooting marked somebody. Something about Salem. Something about Salem, New Hampshire. But we're going to go ahead and get started by first honoring our spiritual council that protect this work, all of your ancestors that protect this work, my trusted ancestors, all of the spirits that see us and love us and just want us to be in our truth, whatever that means to each and every one of us. I want to start by honoring and thanking my spiritual council, our spiritual council, my grandmama, Abuelita Gladys Nunez Maldonado. I also want to honor and thank my grandpapa, Abuelito Felix Antonio Nunez. I invite you to do the same. You can honor whatever spiritual force, whatever religious force, whatever makes you feel good, grounded, and reminds you that you are connected to the all in this experience. You can also take a moment of silence to be in silence with yourselves. That's also more than enough. Even intimidation tactics, bullying to silence others. That was the energy. Or attempting to bully, attempting to isolate. For some of you, there was somebody that made a decision based on stalking somebody's social media. Someone did something illegal by discriminating against somebody by looking on their social media and using that against them in some type of procedure. whether it be a legal procedure, whether it be anything that has to do with legalities or signing a contract. For some, somebody deliberately made a decision based on their discriminatory practices, stalking someone's social media. I'm just the messenger. For somebody, someone is trying to look for revenge, or they're seeking revenge out of envy and confusion. For some, someone made a decision based on stalking someone's social media, and they're putting things in place or making life-altering decisions, karma, through procedures, because they are envious, and they also want to deliberately harm somebody or disarm somebody. They want somebody to fail in a conquest or in a situation. For some of you, you are high priest and high priestess energy. You have that energy with you. So for some, do not deny your intuition. Do not allow yourself to be silenced by those that do not like the truth. I'm just the messenger. Especially those that are violating children. Again, they would take advantage of anybody. If they would harm people that just, they don't like the truth, they don't like certain gifts that certain people have. For some of you, someone's traveling through archways or through portals. It did come in as well. But there are all types of beings on this planet. And a lot of beings are thriving, or have been thriving, off of bullying and silencing others. Fake, Spirit saying discrimination practices. Spirit saying discrimination practices. And something about predatory lending for some. Predatory lending. For some of you, you could be dealing with a lender. I mean, the whole system is built on predatory lending, to be quite frank. But we like to pretend. But for some of you, or a few people, 7-11 on the clock, are deliberately trying to put things in place to silence you. I'm just the messenger. Or this is what you're doing, my lovies. I'm just the messenger. For some, there's somebody that's really a model. It came in as a model who is a liar, who is offering it's like someone wants to they're trying to pretend they're a patron in a situation. For some of you, Patreon could be significant. Someone's trying to pretend they're a patron in a situation. Again, we did say that. We felt that energy maybe like a week or so ago. For some, someone was going to come out of the woodwork and say they want to work with you. They want to invest in you. They believe in you. Someone has some weird eyes, or peculiar eyes came in. Peculiar lies. But someone's doing, they're trying to seek revenge out of envy. I've mentioned this, just to kind of give you my own example. For some of you, you need to write a book. I've mentioned this out of my own example, 8-11 on the clock. I've mentioned this out of my own example. I've had a lot of people in corporate settings. Again, I have all types of experiences, but I've had a lot of people in corporate settings come here and make judgments based off the content that they see here, which is unfortunate, because Spirit has said for us, certain people come here and they're like, wow, how interesting. Others, they don't like the reflection, because again, for me, it's interesting. I'm a channeler. So if you come here, I start to channel your energy. And Spirit has given us that a lot of people come here out of curiosity, and then it's their downfall because of the way that they perceive the situation. For some of you, there could be a misrepresentation of information in a situation. We did see that. There's a ghostwriter, or someone wrote something, there's a ghostwriter involved in a situation who misrepresented either facts or misrepresented a communication, or it has to do with writing for some. For some of you, you could have written something, or someone wrote something, or someone took something you wrote, because there's also a journalist involved in a situation who's envious. For some of you, someone is really for some of you, you could be an underdog in I'm getting someone that's for lack of a better word, there in spirituality, there are no ranks per se, but there is weight. You know, for some of you, you carry a lot of weight. You could be some type of whistleblower in a situation. You could be actually quite powerful. For some of you, I'm feeling like a very powerful whistleblower energy, and they're trying to silence somebody. And it could have to do with a journalist, or for some of you, you could be in journalism, but there's an envious journalist involved in a situation as well for some. Something about Ashley, something about Ashton, something about Ashton Martin, something about Ashton Kutcher. I'm seeing Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore. 10-11 was on the clock. A Libra could be significant for some. For some of you, you could be like, you could report, now I'm seeing like when they went through a divorce, but I'm also seeing when, what's his name? There could be a high profile divorce that you're reporting on or you're talking about. Because now I'm seeing like Cassie and Diddy separating. I'm seeing Johnny Depp, and I don't know his wife's name or his ex-wife's name, but I'm seeing like the courting procedures there. Like there could be a messy divorce for some, but it's like a high profile type thing, because those are all A-list. 11:01 is on the clock. Those are all A-list celebrities. So for some of you, like, you have the insider into something, but I would investigate the teenagers involved in a situation. Again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. There are micro expressions and macro expressions of the same energy. For some of you, there are teenagers that know what's happening in a family dynamic. They know who the perverts are in the family, and they talk about it amongst themselves. For some of you, there is a child being molested. For some of you, because someone in the 60s, someone born in the 60s, a Pisces could be significant for some. Someone born, or Piscean season is going to be very critical. Late February, so February 23rd into early March or mid-March. By March 22nd. But also earth signs came up: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They were warned. To mi abuelita Gladys Nunez. Generational trauma. This is not the first generation that's gone through this for some. To mi abuelita Gladys Nunez Maldonado. To mi abuelita. Because in the general read, the word, actually, I think it was in the Taurus read, the word rapist came out, but I almost wanted to like ignore it. For some of you, it could be a constant like ignoration on the part of the adults in the situation to try to kind of like, again, to keep up appearances. I'm just the messenger. Even like people in law. I'm getting like people that have a lot of power, and they've all kind of turned a blind eye to the perversion and the lies. I'm just the messenger. To mi abuelita Gladys Nunez Maldonado. To mi abuelita Gladys Nunez Maldonado. To mi abuelita Gladys Nunez Maldonado. To mi abuelito Felix Antonio Nunez. To mi abuelito Felix Antonio Nunez. To mi abuelito Felix Antonio Nunez. To Mama Merce. To Mama Merce, to Mama Merce, to Shango, to Shango, to Shango, to Yemaya, to Yemaya, to Yemaya, to Papa Legba, to Papa Legba, to Papa Legba, to Elegua, to Elegua, to Elegua, to Oshun, to Oshun. Someone's skipping school. Someone skipped school to go be with an elder man. To Ogun, to Ogun. To Ogun. A Ford Transit. I'm seeing a Ford Transit to Ochosi. To Ochosi. To Ochosi. To the all. To your unconditional love and your mercy. To your divine wisdom. To your all-knowing. To your all-being. To your all-seeing power. What are the highest messages? The most truthful messages. The most just messages. To the all. To your unconditional love and your mercy. To your divine wisdom. To your all-knowing. To your all-being. To your all-seeing power. What are the... Something about flower power. Someone really likes... Someone really likes the Powerpuff Girls. It came in an earlier's reading too. To the all, to your unconditional love and your mercy, to your divine wisdom, to your all-knowing, to your all-being, to your all-seeing power. What are the highest messages, the most truthful messages, the most just messages? What are the highest messages, the most truthful messages, the most just messages? What are the highest messages, the most truthful messages, the most just messages? All right, my lovies. What is up? What is up? What is up? Hot stuff. How's it flowing, my lovies? How's it going, my lovies? What's popping, my lovies? And what's cracking, my lovies? The name Melvin is coming in. The name Melvin. The name Kelvin is coming in. The name Kelvin. For some of you, someone is going to need some type of like, this is not new. For some of you, this isn't a new thing. This is not a new thing. For some of you, this is not a new thing because I got the DSM-5 with it. So this is not like a new thing, but someone could be getting psychological treatments, or they've been getting psychological treatments for a really long time. For some of you, there's someone in HR, someone works in HR as well, who's vindictive and confused. Somebody wants to get revenge. Someone works in HR. Somebody wants to get revenge because, again, it's almost like a henchman. Someone wants to get revenge, almost like, instead of saying like, thank you for liberating us and for, you know, someone seeing it as a betrayal. Someone saying like, thank you for betraying us. You know, you've ruined, this is the type of person that would say like, you've ruined my marriage because you told them that their fucking husband is a fucking pervert. I'm just a messenger. For some of you, this is what's in the field. For some of you, somebody's like, I get it. I totally get it, my lovies. I totally get that. Certain people, it's like, you know, certain things could be shocking, especially if you've lived a whole life of lies. When you get hit with that, with the tower of that, it's like, wow, the power of that to release all that energy, because it's a whole lifetime of like, you know, 20 plus years for some of lying to your peers and yourself and everybody and ignoring the red flags. I'm just a messenger, because for some of you, there are red flags and someone is triggered. I did a preliminary even earlier. For some of you, someone was blatantly something about a cuckold. And on top of that, there's cheating. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of shit, but we're going to go through it, my lovies. We're going to grow through it together. Let's go. Let's go. Let us do it. Let's get to it. The number 35. So you have a brainwashed child, because you have a bunch of people who are brainwashed in a situation. So again, it's almost like, you know, if you're there's a resignation in the field. For some of you, it's like, you know, like you're in a situation for a long time. Let me give you, you know, when I was a child, I was sexually Melissa. I was sexually molested. I was sexually molested by a man that my mom was dating. And this man, my father went to prison. This man came to live with us. He was actually recommended from the Dominican Republic to come and stay with us. And this man came and stayed with us. And this man, he was very, very charming. I just remember him being very playful. And in fact, in a very odd way, having him there, I think, was a bit, although there was sexual abuse, having him there in a way, for some of you, there could be, I'm getting like someone calls themselves them, and they, or something like that, they, them, whatever. But having this person there was fair at the time, was just at the time, because on the other hand, my mom was physically and verbally abusive, something about burly, and she would take her pain out on us in other ways. So I always say, like, had he not been there, it could have been much worse. After he left, it actually was terrible in terms of like the violence, and my dad was, you know, still not there. So, you know, when she would have like a bad day, you know, we would know. But there's also child abuse in a situation, but there's brainwashing. Maybe because for me, there was also a level of brainwashing in that situation. He never threatened me. He wasn't one of those people that it's like, you know, you get threats. He wasn't even violent. But he did say, you know, you don't want to tell your mom this, or, you know, you should probably keep this to yourself because it would really hurt your mother, or like things like that. It was really bizarre. But the number 60 could be significant, the number 23, the number 32, the number 25, the number 26. But someone's being brainwashed, or children are being brainwashed. The teenagers are not brainwashed. The teenagers are talking about this among themselves for some. There's brainwashing in a situation. The letter Q. For some of you, someone can watch porno with a child, because that's also how that guy got me. That guy, one day I found him masturbating in the living room, and he called me over, and then he made me give him a blowjob. But for some of you, someone could start with some type of literature, or there's literature involved in a situation that someone then slowly they approach. We got swimwear. It could have to do definitely like perverted literature or provocative literature, or showing like things like, I don't know, like grooming things, grooming a child. And here's this model. So for some of you, there's definitely a model, a brainwashed model involved in a situation, or brainwashing someone to think they're a model, or brainwashing someone and saying, oh yes, you are something. Okay, the endless summer, something that happened in the summertime, or it started in a summer, a huge payout. For some of you, you could get paid, or someone could get paid, because there could be a lawsuit involved in a situation, and it's going to bring wealth for some. For some of you, you have wealth here when it comes to this situation. All right, let's do this. It's getting hot. Someone feels put on the spot. When my mother found out, I told my brother, because I asked my brother, he plays with me like this. Does he play with you like this? I was a kindergartner and into my first grade. So it was a while. He was doing this for a couple of years. And I told my brother, I said, he plays with me like this. Does he play with you like this? And my brother's like, no, he doesn't play with me like that. And my brother went and he told my mother. My brother's my blood brother is a year or so older than I. And he went and he told my mother. And my mom, she was crying. She was crying. She was lying too. But she was crying, and she confronted him. I mean, in my mother's way. She said, is she lying? Because if 20-11, if she's lying, I will beat her. I remember those words. I'm like, dang. You know, it's funny because I've had other women share with me that this has happened to them, or that this happened to their children. And I'm like, let me be the lucky one to have, you know, the world's dumbest criminal of a emotionally of a mother to tell the rapist, the molester that if he says I'm lying, she would beat the shit out of me. That was her proposition to him, and it became really weird because he almost became my protector. He's like, that's where he confessed. He's like, no, she's not lying. And then my mom just kind of broke down, started crying. She actually had me kneeled. It's quite fascinating. She had me kneeled in her room. I was kneeling, and she said, kneel. And I was kneeling on the wall. That was one of our punishments. And she looked at him, and she was ready to go. She's like, if she's lying, tell me, and I'll beat the shit out of her. And he's like, nah, no, she's not lying. And that's when I was released. But, you know, for me, I'm really thankful for the mothers that are not like that, and that actually protect their children and offer comfort to their children, especially after going through something like this. This is not a punishment per se, my lovies. When you reveal stuff like this, or when you actually explore stuff like this as adults, I think that we should have more adult conversations, especially when there are things that are really affecting the youth. And as especially mothers and fathers, it's our responsibility to protect the children, I would think. Because you also have some type of, there's going to be an FBI investigation in some situations. So there's going to be an investigation for some when it comes to a situation. We got a legal document that needs to be produced. You're going to have to write a book about this. There's going to be a legal document for you that you're going to receive, or you're going to have to go through some type of legal procedure for some. This is going to be a new relationship for some, where there are new relationships that can help you. Someone, sweet 16, for some of you, a 16-year-old could be involved in a situation. For some of you, someone was cutting school, or someone has been cutting school. Someone from the tropics. And a home invasion for some shit. Skipping school. Lack of heart and commitment will lead them to quit even if they are close. Lack of heart and commitment will lead them to quit even if they are close. For some of you, lack of heart and commitment will lead them to quit even if they are close. For some of you, someone is like a monk. So here we go with this monk energy. Lack of heart and commitment will lead them to quit even if they are close. For some of you, there could be someone wanting to drop out of high school. For some of you, there's somebody that this is like the youth central type stuff here. Spirit keeps giving us people that live in their fear, and instead of, the way I'm feeling is a lack of commitment to the child, lack of heart to the child, but also the youth, because of the product of their environment, they have no motivation. Spirit was giving us a lot about how me being moved out of certain environments really like changed my life. Really changed my life. Really had me like be able to reset, to finish things I wanted to finish. I always wanted to finish my master's. I always wanted to finish my bachelor's. When I was in school, in grade school, things, they were all right. But in my middle school years and in my early high school years, it was like I was in fear mode. I wanted to get away from home. I was, growing into myself, but tired of the abuse. And then I moved into a different chapter in my life. And when I got away from that, it's like I was able to reinvent myself. But for some of you, everything is a game show. Everything is just for show. Something at a gas station for some, a game show just for show. Something at a gas station. Someone's not going to settle. Someone is devoted for some. Someone is not going to settle. Someone's actually devoted. Someone is wearing, for some of you have a teenager or a youth wearing provocative attire. For some of you, wearing provocative attire to tempt. For some of you, there's a youth wearing wearing bra, like I'm seeing like sexy lingerie around the house, like Daisy Dukes and sex Shauna. Something about like sexy lingerie around the house. Something about Veronica. Like someone's trying to tempt, like there's a youth around someone trying to tempt somebody. But it's because they've already become kind of like somebody's fuck buddy. There's a youth being fucking, it's like their soul's gonna be so tortured after this. They're being used by a wicked person. This person has no good intentions for this child or this teen or this preteen. It's been a while. This could be someone's family member. Wearing provocative attire to tempt. Your boyfriend. I was seeing someone's boyfriend. I didn't want to go there. Your boyfriend. Your boyfriend. It's your boyfriend. It's like someone that's known a family member. It feels like a family member's boyfriend. Like someone, either you, my lovies, or someone around you, like you have a boyfriend and this is why they wanted to use black magic to silence people, or they want to like, this person is a troubled soul. They are a troubled soul. This person is the devil. Like this person would be willing to kill to not have this information come out. This is how this person feels. And for some of you, I don't know if you're with this person out of fear or what, but for some of you, I feel like you have a boyfriend or you're dating somebody and this person is using a family member of yours or a youth as a fuck buddy. This is what's coming in. Oh my God. You got a musician here. Sex with someone you know. What are we saying, my lovies? This is like heartbreaking. Something about Steven, something about stevia. Someone likes to use like sugar substitutions, having sex with someone you know, someone that likes music or a musician. Music could be very important for some. Check out today's reading, the 15th. Check out the Taurus reading as well for some. There is a problem here, my lovies. I'm just the messenger, and this is not the time to live in your fear, especially if you love your niece, supposedly, for some of you. Adjusting to your growth. You are growing and you got ghosts. For some of you, someone is haunted, and this energy did come in the preliminary for you. Someone is being haunted by everything they're doing. Someone is going crazy, my lovies. It's like, even if you would want to, like, for example, let's go back to my example. Being molested by a gentleman. I think he was like 20. He was in his late 20s at the time. You know, like being molested by this gentleman. He was, no matter what, for me, I've seen a lot worse. I've seen people go through a lot worse. And for me, this person at least had the decency to speak up, talk about it, and move on with his life. It's curious because he had a daughter that was like my age, and I always would find her so beautiful. She had like gray eyes. Everything is coming in for a reason. She had like gray eyes, and like she was really, really light skinned. She had like these beautiful gray eyes. I just remember her gray eyes and her long jet black hair. And when I was young, my hair was like up to here. My hair was always, until like one day I asked my mom, like I kind of wanted a bob, and she was mad because she thought I was like comparing myself, and she chopped all my hair off. But before that, like I had really, really long hair. And maybe again, everything is coming in. Maybe it's a little girl with really, really long hair if she's always had long hair. A 12-year-old could be significant, or the number 12 could be significant, or something could have started when this girl was 12. 3112 was on the clock. 3112 was on the clock. Jesus. Children, furniture. Again, I'm getting that vision of the first time I had to, like, not that I had to, but it was just what happened. When this adult told me when he was watching porn, and he was actually on a couch. He was in the living room. So something could have happened in the living room for some. Calm spirit. You have to approach something with a calm spirit. They offered sex and they were turned down. Oh my God, this is fucking crazy. They offered sex and they were turned down. They offered sex and they were turned down. Someone offered sex. A calm spirit was offered sex and they were turned down. The way I'm feeling, this is what it's, because the teenagers are all talking about it. So it's like you have it's like someone offered sex to teenagers in the family. Someone's offered sex to a bunch of people in a family, my lovies. I'm just a fucking messenger. So they offered sex to more adult people. Okay, so Spirit's giving us this. When I was older, there was a family friend who, my mom was at work. He came. I had just gotten back from the Dominican Republic. I was 14 at the time. He came to visit and he's like, "Hey, is your mom home?" I'm like, "No." I got a weird feeling in my heart. Before that day though, I would look at this person. I'm like, he's so beautiful. He's so fun to be around. He's just a really good, really good guy. And then something that day, I don't know what demon possessed him, but the demon of Baal, but I don't know what possessed him. He came that day and he's like, "Your mom's here?" I'm like, "No, she's not." He's like, "Are you alone?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." He's like, I didn't let him pass the door. He's like, "Can I talk to you?" I'm like, "What's up?" I forgot. I was like telling him I was doing something or I was busy. And he's like, "Oh, I see you've changed. You've grown up." I'm like, "Mm-hmm." He's like, "Yeah, so blah, blah, blah." All of a sudden, super sexual. "Have you had sex yet?" I'm like, "No, I'm still a virgin." He's like, "Oh, you're still a virgin? Oh, so, have you ever had anyone eat you out?" I'm like, "No, not really." He's like, "Oh, Because if I ate you out, you know, you wouldn't even just want a dick. You would want a whole light pole. I remember this man died of cancer, by the way. Very, very young, actually. I can imagine how many young ladies he did this to. But I'm like, I gotta go. Like, I have to go, something. And then I just remember closing the door. After that, I never looked at that person the same way. I would want to stay away from this person. Maybe someone offered up to a teenager, and because the teenager said no, they went for someone a little bit younger. I'm just the messenger here. And then we got sperm. 90s, a 90s baby could be significant. I'm getting the year 1999. I'm getting the year 1997. You thought somebody was sent from heaven. Something at the barber shop. For some of you, someone could even fucking talk about this with at the barber shop. I'm getting like barbershop talk. And at the house, for some of you, there's a barbershop at a house, or there could be like, I'm getting like, you know, when people make like kind of like a barber shop at their house, and then they just have like, especially when they get big, like if they work in a salon and they get big, they can just bring their guests to the house salon. You got rehab. And what did we say? I told you I feel even. What did we say earlier? Physical assault. This person abuses their spouse physically. They even abuse somebody physically. And they need to go to some type of rehabilitation, or they have already tried to get some type of anger management, or you've tried to get couples counseling or some BS. Anyways, my lovies, I think you're going to have to press charges for some. I'm just the messenger here. You're going to get some type of spiritual guidance, or you're getting spiritual guidance for some. You need to clear the air. You need to clear the space. You need to just clear, my lovies. I am getting like clear. That heart attack energy has been present for some. This could be Priscilla. This could be promiscuous. I'm getting a promiscuous. For some of you, there's going to be a young lady who's going to be marked by this, and she doesn't have to be. It's funny because she wants money. She's gonna ask you for money. This person's gonna ask you for money soon. But Victoria, something about Victoria Falls, something about Niagara Falls. It's funny because I read this study, and this projection, I'm like, wow, why would they want to project that onto people that have been raped? Anyways, they said that, you know, there's a high probability that people that get molested in their childhood, Brinks energy, somebody could work for like security or armed security, or an armed guard could be significant for some, but, or Garda, for some of you, Garda could be significant, or deposits, a rent deposit for some. You're gonna get a new place. But it's funny because I'm like, why would they project like the energy of prostitution onto people that have like gone through these experiences? You could be whatever you want to be, but you first have to like liberate yourself from that energy. Anyways, I'm just a messenger here. We got, oh no, Spirit wants these. An investigation. Someone that's hiding their existing children, an investigation. Someone that's going to be hiding their existing children, or they hide the children they have. For some of you, you need a deposit because somebody's going to be losing a house. They hide the children they have. This person acts single for some reason. Someone that's lactose intolerant, deep sea, a care package, and a rear-end collision for some. I had a person I was working with, and this person was sexually desiring his brother's wife. I think they may have crossed the line a little bit. Like, they were very flirty, very, it was almost like, it was like touching, like surface level touching, but there was a sexual desire there, an intention there, and their children picked up on it. His brother's wife's children picked up on it. His brother's wife and his brother all picked up on that energy. And it's curious, after we worked through certain things and we exposed this, he was living with them for years, lusting after this woman. And after that, they actually they had a huge car crash. The energy, they ended up getting a divorce. The energy, or they're about to. The energy really, like, it had to, like, snap. We have I miss you, love anonymous. Above your pay grade. I miss you, love anonymous, and someone who's above your pay grade. We got bakery here. Fathering someone else's child. Again, a lot of energy about men around children, or people around children that are not really theirs, and legal issues. Bakery, fathering somebody else's child. Bakery, fathering someone else's child. Or someone, for some of you, someone could have, it feels more like, for someone denying paternity or faking paternity. Anyways, we got all white here for someone. I saw this in the preliminary, all white. I did think wedding, rental equipment when it comes to an all white situation, when it comes to wedding, when it comes to taking care of a baby, because I am seeing a little infant. I'm seeing someone pregnant. We got homework here. Vindictive. I told you someone's vindictive. They're doing their homework. They're trying to sabotage someone that has nothing to do with their pain. They have misplaced hate in their heart because they're not seeing reality as they should. They have misplaced hate in their heart. Again, for some of you, I did say that. You have somebody that out of envy and out of they're trying to be vindictive out of envy and out of confusion. Someone is trying to be vindictive out of envy and confusion. You did nothing to this person. You could have exposed something that they didn't necessarily want to see. For some of you, you are high priest or high priestess, so you could have some type of platform. Or you could expose things, or you could just talk about things, and somebody doesn't like what you exposed because they like to live in their lies. Unfortunately, it is the truth. Unfortunately, I'm not saying everyone is like this, but unfortunately, there are certain people, they can't work through their triggers, and yet they're their triggers. They don't belong to you. They are their triggers. And it's funny because for some of you, you do have platforms and you have money. For some of you, you have money and you have platforms. And when you are a channeler, you are by God ordained to deliver a message. You cannot skimp and deliver something else that you don't feel. That would be denying your intuition or trying to manipulate the situation. If you feel it, you have to express it. Sometimes, for example, berry kicks and trick cereals coming in for some. For example, I'll say things like that. Everything I say is for a reason. The fact that I'm getting cold right now, the fact that I'm getting cold right now, it means something. Someone could be Ghanaian, or Ghana could be significant for some. Something about Ohana, something about the 70s for some. But everything is coming in for a reason. I have people that I'll say to them, something, 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 squirrel. And they're like, oh crap. How did you know? And I'm like, how did I know what? Squirrel, this, and that. They'll tell me about something that just happened. Or, I love that cereal. Or, I love chicken of the sea. That's my favorite tuna. I have so many fucking tuna cans in my cupboard. It's ridiculous. Everything is coming in for a reason. And the name Nicholas too. Someone's not seeing reality as it is. They want you to filter something. For some of you, you are definitely readers. You are definitely channelers. Or you have the gift of prophecy and you share this. Or everything you say comes true. Everything you say comes to pass because you have the gift of prophecy and somebody wants you to shut the fuck up. Isn't that some crazy shit? They want you to shut up. They're tease. Someone's just a tease. Maybe for some of you, you expose that someone's a tease in a situation. Red Bull could be significant for some. We got a DSM-5 here. You got a diss. They're trying to diss you. For some of you, you have a sisterhood of psychos. You have a sisterhood. For some of you, it's funny. I was watching this thing. They owe you money for some, and Monica for some. But it's funny. I saw this thing yesterday, and it read, this place, top places to work in 2023. I'm like, says who? They're a bunch of they're emotionally not there. Like who but you know what, it's like Dr. Umar talks about Dr. Umar Johnson, for those of you who know this person. He talks about peer reviews and peer-reviewed articles and research, and people like, oh yeah, you know, this is backed in the scientific community. You are all in cahoots. Like, you're all in cahoots, and you're all not okay. Like, you're all diagnosed with something, or you need to be, based on your own standards. So like who rated this like the top place to work? Who rated this as the standard of beauty? Who rated this? They're peer reviewed. People that think alike. They're not going to go into the freaking rainforests of Gabon to get a different opinion. No, they're going to go to fucking their Harvards and their Stanfords, and they're going to go to their peers, and they're going to go to other companies that operate like them. I don't know. And something about the UN wants to come in too. Anyways, they're just stylish. The fashion witch energy did come in for some. So for some of you, there's a fashion witch, or maybe a sisterhood of fashion witches, or people that are just about trends, right? Fashion witch is not necessarily just in like a spiritual worker type of energy. Spiritual workers exist in all types of areas, in the FBI, in the CIA, in corporate America, in freaking, I don't know, spas, in the health industry, in the wellness industry. But for some of you, you have stylish people, and they believe something, but there's a double meaning to their beliefs, so you have to be cautious with what they believe, because they are a liar. And for some of you, there's a hit for hire, and someone got fired. People that are insane is like in the membrane. I'm getting insane in the membrane. We got an L. Somebody needs to take an L. White collar crimes. I told you, people in high positions, white collar crimes, they're gonna take some type of L. Or I did get the name Larry for some. And here we go with this Larry the Cable guy. Being pleasant to win you over. They will also continue to be this way authentically throughout the connection. For some of you, someone's being pleasant to win you over, and they will continue to be this way authentically throughout the connection. But they're too preoccupied with their ex. They are too preoccupied with their ex. They want to invest in their ex, give time, energy, emotions to their ex. But they're going to be pleasant. So maybe a friend. For some of you, there's a frenemy though. Hedonism. You got hedonism here for some. In the woods. For some of you people that like to do things in the woods. Pepsi. For some of you, check today's reading. We got a supportive work environment. Backtrack. For some of you, there needs to be a backtrack when it comes to a supportive work environment. We got a confident speaker who is sincere, and we got who is fishing or going fishing. This person's actually going fishing. Somebody likes to fish. For some, you're going fishing with a confident speaker who is sincere. Brinks energy again. Someone that's going to pick up deposits. Someone's going to apologize to you, and they love the way that you move. For some of you, you're going to be going fishing with someone who's made, I think someone's going to go and diss you. For some of you, oh fudge. For some of you, you're going to get ghosted. You're going to get ghosted. Maybe not roasted, but you're going to get ghosted for somebody that wants to run back to their ex. For some of you, this is somebody that you could just be getting to know right now, but this person is too invested in their ex and they don't have a lot to give you. They're not, this is not a higher level commitment or a higher level. In the summertime, this person's going to, a Gemini could be significant for some. In the summertime, this person is going to, or during Gemini season, this would put you, late May, early June. Someone's going to reach out to you looking to rekindle something with you after ghosting you, because they're going to run back to their ex. They have some type of something about topography. Someone has a connection to their ex and they can't let go of yet. And there's hex work in the field for some. We got separation anxiety. They can't let go of it yet. And malnutrition, someone that could be very, very thin or malnourished or very skinny, or they don't have a consistent eating habits for some. For some of you, there's children that could really use some love, my lovies. Seeking revenge out of confusion and envy. Someone who is seeking revenge out of confusion and envy. They got bored with having sex with someone else's spouse, and this is why they're seeking revenge out of confusion and envy. For some of you, you have a psychopath. Maybe for some of you, again, you are high priests and high priestesses. There is a tarot reader in the field. I feel you, my lovey. I really feel you, and you are the real deal, and I love you. And you exposed somebody seeking revenge. They're seeking revenge out of confusion and envy, and because they got bored with having sex with someone else's spouse. So for some reason, you have to pay the fucking bill of their fucking inner demons. Unfortunately, sometimes it be like that. This person was having sex with somebody else's spouse or someone they weren't supposed to be having sex with, and now they got bored with that, but they still want to seek revenge and then out of envy for you. Because maybe for some of you, again, I do feel a very gifted person in the field, seeking revenge out of confusion and envy. This person, oh, you know what I'm getting? This person, for some of you, if you are, again, for those who are readers or have some type of like, you share channeling or you share something, this person wants to act like a high priestess. This is what's coming in. They want to act like they can deliver messages too, and all of their messages are going to be to slander you. This is what's coming in, and they don't see how this is a problem, and they are going to get such bad karma for this. This is not a good thing. Someone wants to, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Kayla, Kimberly, somebody wants to make up, like, it's like, if you are a prophesizer, this person wants to say, yes, I'm a prophesizer too. I have dreams. No, they fucking don't. They don't. They really don't. Tanya, you got a police sting operation for some with your ex. For some of you, you could be helping the police, or there's a police sting operation with your ex. Or for some of you, you could have been dating someone that's some type of officer. There's some type of police sting operation. For someone that is brainwashed, a low budget daycare. For someone would be even willing to skimp out on treatment for their children. 50-11, 50-10, 50-11. You could know somebody since 2010 or 2011. Something about Thalia. Something about Melissa. Something about Thalia. Something about Melissa. Something about ageless. I'm getting like if like ageless was like a, I don't know. It's like if ageless was like a group, like a clan. Like we're the ageless clan, or we're the ageless group, a sisterhood of psychos, but we're the ageless group or the ageless clan. For some of you, you are single and ready for marriage. For some of you, you're single and ready for marriage. I get this one. So you're ready. I told you, for some of you, you're ready for a spouse. I told you, my lovies, this one got in the preliminary. You're ready. You are absolutely ready. It keeps coming in. You ready, my lovies? You scared? Sorry. You trust. Someone who's brainwashed needs to go through some type of vocational training, or someone who's brainwashed is going through vocational training. For some of you, you have a psychotic model that wants to pull on your emotional heartstrings for some reason. Again, for somebody is like envious and competitive and seeking revenge out of absolutely nothing. Again, it's like, someone's a liar. Oh my God. Something about an indice, a hint. Someone needs to take a hint. They can't take a hint though. Maybe for some of you, you already know this person is in your field somehow, or this energy is in your field somehow. They can't take a hint. They think their beef is with you. Maybe if you feel their energy, you don't necessarily want to talk to them. I'm not mad at you, but nah, we good. Bye. Go. And they made a lie. It's like they made a lie, or they're making up stories like you got beef, they're scared of you. This is the type of psychopath that will say they're scared of you, yet they keep looking for problems with you. 52-11. Like, if you're so scared, go about your life. Why are you so obsessed? Why are you so obsessed with me, girl or boy? I wanna know. Lying that we're enemies when I don't even fucking care. Like, what the hell? We got a low budget daycare. Someone that could do themselves justice by fucking taking care of their fucking children. After a breakup, this person's going to skimp out on attention to their children. But you used to splurge on that man. These are the type of people that, again, it's like they splurge. This energy was present, male or female. Take it how it resonates. People that can't even fucking, it's like, it really tells you how much love there was not. Because if I love myself, I would treat my children and myself, regardless of whether that man is there or not. I would do all that energy, all of that splurging that you did on this psychopath of a jerk. Why won't you put that into your child? Someone's going to, the same black magic, the same curse work, the same lies, they're going to mistreat their children too. I am just a messenger, and that is how the energy crumbles. That's how it fucking works. And there's no going back from their attacks. Spiritual upgrades. For some of you, you're upgrading spiritually, and there's no going back, my lovies. For some of you, you do have powers, very strong ones. It's like, welcome to the club. That's how it came in. For some of y'all cocky. Welcome to the club. All right. Thank you. It is now, for some of you, it is now very clear to see that they were the problem. For some of you, it is now for somebody or for you or for a group or for just reality. It is very clear to see that they were the problem and not you. For some of you, again, I feel like it is a one-sided beef. You never had beef with anybody. If you said what you had to say, you said what you had to say. I ain't fucking mad at you. Go that way. I'm getting like, go that way. Like, what the hell? Leave me alone. Jesus. These entities, it's like crazy. They're like, they're brats. They're like, the Bratz dolls could be significant for some. They're like annoying. It's like, yo, just go. Leave me alone. And this is how people treat these people. Leave me alone. Like, I'm at peace over here. If I never see you again, we are good. Leave me alone. No, I don't want to be your friend. That's it. You fucked it up. Leave me alone. Fuckery. Shit. A new hobby. For some of you, it is clear to see that whatever your hobby is, whatever you're doing for a hobby, it is now very clear to see that they were the problem. For some of you, someone's trying to copy you. I'm telling you, now they got a new hobby that's just like yours. I don't know what hobby you have, but it's like if you're a pianist, they want to go be a fucking pianist too. If you fucking wipe your ass for a hobby, they want to fucking try to do that too, and they don't even know how to do that. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe they should learn how to wipe. I'm kidding. I'm not really kidding, my lovies. For some of you, there's somebody in the field that really... public service announcement. Spirit's giving us, for me... Spirit makes me, I just don't like the feeling, like, especially after you take a shit, I don't like, we're all adults here. I don't like the feeling of having like poop crumbs behind your butt cheeks. Especially when I go to the gym and people that sit on the bikes for a while, I can tell who has issues with their bowels and who does not wipe their ass correctly, because they leave that right on those fucking chairs. For me, I like to use some type of wet rag. Like, I like to wash. So I carry around, like, for me, no matter where I go, I carry around rags and I'll use them. If I have to poop, I'll, after I poop, I'll wipe with tissue and then I'll give myself a little wash. Just a public service announcement, my lovies. For some, it's like if people took better care of themselves and focused more on themselves, they wouldn't have time for bullshit like this, for causing problems. It is now, and people are noticing that Anaya, people are a peeper, a creeper. People are now noticing that everything you do, somebody wants to do too. It is now very clear to see that they were the problem. It's like if you have a gift, they want to have that gift too. If you wear your something, after they make fun of you, these are the type of people that first make fun of you, and then they want to go and dress like you, act like you, talk like you, be like you, study what you're studying. What are they studying? Let me go study that too. Why? That's not your interest. Because it's like they have a new hobby now, and it's obvious that their hobby is inspired by whatever you're doing. Jesus. For some of you, this came in as a lie. Trying to make a serious decision between two or more. For some of you, this came in with the HR thing. Someone bullshitted you and said that they were trying to make a serious decision between two or more. This is what you did, my lovies. It was bullshit, and you know this, my lovies. North Pole is kind of like talking to Santa Claus. They were giving you some type of fairy tale. They were catfishing you for you. They were catfishing, and you got a well-deserved vacation because of this catfish for some of you. So you get a well-deserved vacation, some time off, whatever the case may be. The teens know who the pervert is in the family. The teens know who the pervert in the family. No, not just one pervert. The teens know who the pervert/perverts in the family are and discuss it amongst themselves. They know who all of the perverts are in the family. When it comes to a yoga retreat or someone that says they like yoga, they know who the perverts are. We got body cam footage. Pretending to be hurt in order to not be held accountable. I told you for some, you're going to have people crying. It's like watching them, I don't know, on To Catch a Predator, and they're going to act like, how dare you? I'm hurt. You're my enemy. Again, it's funny. Spirit was giving us this example of a man that I saw. And he's like, the guy at first, when he didn't know what was happening, he was so kind, so like, oh yeah, that was not kind, he was so nice, oh yeah, ha ha ha, like laughing with the guy. And then when he found out what the guy was there for, he's like, you're my enemy, you need to get off of FedEx property. He even tried to get him, like, he tried to accuse him of trespassing. It's like maybe some bullshit like that's gonna happen for some happing, something about a place, apping or happing, something about Aspen, for some pretending to be hurt in order to not be held accountable, because again, unfortunately it be like that sometimes. Outdoors, all black for some of you. Outdoors, all black for some of you. Spirit was giving us, okay, here we go with this heart attack energy. For some of you, someone's gonna pretend like they care about a death. They don't give two shits. For some of you, this came in a preliminary. It was actually like a week or so ago, but it hadn't come in and now it's coming in. For some of you, someone's going to pretend like they care about the death. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And Spirit's like, I am seeing your soul. You give two shits about this. A booty call for some, a booty call who's going to perform the ultimate betrayal but it's going to be an epic fail for some. We got a lady. They looked at your social media and they made their decision based on your content. For a lady, they looked at your social media, or a lady looked at your social media, and I don't think so. I think this person's actually a pig. For some of you, someone looked at your social media and they made their decision based on your content, but you are a lady. You're not shady. But I told you for some of you. It came out in the preliminary and it came out again. They ain't your friends, but they smile really fakely in your face, but you can feel their disgrace. Earth sign for some, Capricorn, a Virgo, but a Cancer wants to come in too for some who's a dancer. We got an Earth sign, a Capricorn, a Virgo, a Scorpio wants to come in too, but no, a scorned lover for some. Earth sign, a Capricorn, a Virgo, and a Pisces wants to come into, who something about lices and something about vices. The lice energy has been present for some with the children or the child or someone with lice. Earth sign, Jesus. A Virgo, a Capricorn, a Libra wants to sneak into, Jesus. Earth sign, a Capricorn, everything's happening for a reason. Happy because I'm happy. Kaepernick. And something about a party. Everything Maximilian. Earth, Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus. Fudgesicle sticks. That Taurus wanted to hide because they can't look you in the eyes. Everything is happening for a reason. They want to show you everybody except for who they are. They cannot look you in the eyes with all their lies. Because I'm happy. A bar mitzvah. A bar mitzvah for some. I told you, I felt a party. And here we have, who do we have? A pizza. A pizza. For some of you, Pizzagate. For some of you, a Pisces. And reckless endangerment of children or of somebody. Reckless endangerment. This energy was present earlier today, so definitely check out the other readings if you can. No pressure, but I think somebody wants to be your friend, my lovies. HR, I don't know. They succumbed. For some of you, someone in HR succumbed. They succumbed to what they've become, the monster that they are. HR. They didn't have to. They could be anything else, but they'd rather be a jerk. Because they wanted to offer money to bind your soul. And blue balls, they didn't get what they wanted. Now they feel haunted. Because I'm happy. A ghostwriter, they feel haunted by whatever they wrote, whatever they offered in writing, and they're fake busy. For some of you, a ghostwriter who's fake busy. They were too busy to give you news. They were too busy to talk to you. They were too busy because they're a fucking groupie. All they do is groupthink. This person will eventually pay off all their debt. Give yourself time. For some of you, someone's going to pay off all the debt they owe you. Karmically, everyone gets to pay their debt. That's why it's better to do the right thing in the moment. That way you don't have to worry about it later. That way you don't have to be such a hater. Fleeting emotions. For some of you, you have an ex who, from time to time, who plays with hex work. And from time to time, or this could be you, my lovies. From time to time, this person has like, ooh, I want to reach out. And then they get down on themselves. And sometimes they love what you do and they love your power. And other times they don't. Fleeting emotions. They went with a plan B. Or they have some type of plan B, some type of scheme. They stay scheming for some. The morgue. Check today's reading. The morgue. Fortune 500. For some of you, there's an ending when it comes to a Fortune 500 situation. The other parent does more than their fair share. For some of you, the other parent does more than their fair share. Erica, Aaron, your second marriage, the other parent does more than their fair share. For some of you, Erin, Erin, Erica. We got portals through archways for some. Portals through archways. A dragon. Check today's readings. The year of the dragon could be significant, but there are portals through archways this year for some. Think of how a dragon moves. Forcing the connection. For some of you, there's an ex who wants to force a connection that you don't want anymore through hex work. Forcing the connection. A break from social media is needed. For somebody that's forcing a connection when it comes to a social media situation, someone is forcing the connection and a break from social media is needed. For some of you, someone needs to take a break from stalking people via fake accounts. A break from social media is needed. Something about Sherry Ann, something about Cheyenne. Someone needs to take some type of break when it comes to social media. They're trying to force a connection or a friendship or a situation. They're in extreme manipulation. They're trying to insert themselves in someone's reality versus AI, but they pretend like they're in a neutral state. Like they pretend like they don't care. Because for some of you, spirit was giving that to us. Someone that pretends not to look. They are in a financial crisis, or someone's in a financial crisis, and a reversal. For some of you, if somebody was doing magic over your money, it is reversed to them. Now their money's going to look, they're a liar. Someone's going to look like and all of the hit for hires or all of the death magic is backfiring for some. A reversal when it comes to that's kind of, for some, it's like, Spirit gives that to us a lot. They cannot live through what they put you through. Over the next year, wow, that quick, my lovies. Okay, I was going to say over the next few years, but Spirit's saying over the next year, you're going to see some dramatic changes, and it's almost like, dang, that person's almost dead. I'm just the messenger, but they made their bed. And it's not like a very peaceful death. Check today's reading for some. It's like they're going to suffer to death because that's what they wanted to project onto somebody that never wanted that for them. I am just the messenger. For some, you wanted to be someone's friend. Actually, you just wanted to be their friend. Vehicle repossession for some. Working late. For some of you, while you're working late, a vehicle will be repossessed. Someone who works late, a vehicle will be repossessed. For some of you, an angelic child, this is retribution for a child. An angelic child capable of creating miracles in science, technology, engineering, or mathematics. You have a brilliant child around you for some of you. Protect the children, my lovies. They deserve protection. They're beautiful. Going into labor for some, that energy was present a few days ago. They are bored with their experience. For somebody that's going into labor is bored with their experience, and they thought that bullying would make them more, I don't know, attractive. They thought bullying you would make you stop your progress. Something about Progresso soup. Somebody likes Progresso soup. Someone who is pregnant and bored with their experience thought that bullying you would make you stop your progress because they feel stuck in their life. What a hellhole. This is an X for some. Jesus. The backfire of the spell work is driving them crazy. It's driving them insane. We're not playing. We're saying everything for a reason. The backfire of the spell work is driving them insane. 143, they never loved you. They pretended they did. This was all artificial love. We got workers' comp for some. And we got your girlfriend. For some of you, your girlfriend could get workers' comp. Or a friend that's I am getting like, oh, that's my girlfriend. Like a friend that's a girl. We got voting for some here. They vote out of their fears. Someone with peculiar eyes and peculiar lies. There's going to be a televised event for some. We got animal abuse, fudgesicles. All types of abuse in the field. We got animal abuse and circulation. For some of you, someone is abusing an animal by strangulating the animal or something that cuts off their circulation somehow. Animal abuse. We got a fresh start here. They did leave the door unlocked on purpose. For some of you, you get a fresh start with somebody who, what did we say earlier? For some of you, eventually there's going to be a fresh start with somebody who's going to leave the door like open, but they're going to ghost you because they're going to go and try to rekindle something with an ex that they keep running back to. because they have some type of it doesn't feel too like, this is someone that's very like, if you had, it doesn't feel, it feels clear for some reason in the soul. It feels like somebody that, like, there's no bad blood. This person was actually quite pleasant to be around. You could feel like there's something you can build, but you may need to like get a fresh start and rebuild later. Like this person, they're not, again, I don't feel like this is somebody that's like narcissistic or bizarre or has like scars that they tried to take out on you and then they ghosted you. It is more like it was such an enjoyable experience, but they have a really strong attachment to their ex. So they're going to run back one more time for some, and then they'll be back later. For some of you, someone is molesting a child. For some of you, someone that will be back later is they're going to be accused of molesting a child, but they're actually innocent in a situation. This person is innocent in this situation when it comes to child molestation. For some, a Sagittarius who works with solar panels, or for some of you, somebody that got solar panels in December or in January. For some of you, a Sagittarius is innocent in a situation. For some of you, looks are deceiving in this situation. For some of you, you know what I got earlier? For some of you, it's like someone's going to accuse this person of being the child molester, but it's actually like Nestor or someone else. You know, take it how it resonates. The name Nestor is coming in though. It's like, and everybody's pointing their fingers at this person, 011001. And so like, that's 111 energy. So everybody's like pointing their fingers at like this person, but in reality, it was this person. And it kind of like dilutes the energy a little bit, because it's almost like, oh, well, at least it was this person. And it's like, it's just as fucking bad. Like, that's the dad or some shit like that. Anyways, everything's coming in for a reason. But looks are deceiving in this situation. And you got to check your DMs for some when it comes to something that is deceiving in a situation. For some of you, a baby boomer who did the work, you did the spiritual work for a baby boomer, or there's a baby boomer who did the spiritual work. Or for some of you, you could have been doing spiritual work with a baby boomer. I'm feeling like people working together. Check out the baby boomers. I think it's the 50s or the 60s, people born in the 60s. Anyways, you did the work together. For some of you, there's a group or a team or two people worked together to do spiritual work, and you did the work. My lovey spirit thanks you. We all thank you. We're all one. We got Q. The children, issues with children, 011109, so that's 9111, and then 011110, and then 011111. The children are afraid of the adults in the home, Q. The children are afraid of the adults in the home, Q. I'm just a messenger here, fudgesicle. There was something about a quinceañera that came in as well for some. I'm getting that last name, Quiñones, for some. You got literature here. An X5, somebody's reading literature, an X5. What is triple X? XXX? But XXXXX. Literature about X's. Do we have 3X? I don't think we have 3X. This is the closest to 3X. Literature for some pornographic literature shared with a child. I'm just the messenger here. And here we go with this jealous Jalissa and a Melissa too. We got a model here. You were fired. I told you, evil-spirited people in work situations. You were fired because they were mean-spirited. A model, you could be a model citizen. You could be a model for something. You could represent something. But there was somebody who was fired because they were mean-spirited or envious, competitive, jerks. A private investor or an angel fund, the endless summer. For some of you in the summertime, you can meet someone who can invest in a situation. They want forgiveness, but are too confused to approach. For some of you, somebody wants forgiveness, but are too confused to approach, or they will want forgiveness, but they're going to be too confused to approach, and they need to give you a huge payout. Anyways, a reconciliation is possible and healthy in this situation. For some of you, a reconciliation is possible and healthy in a situation. When it comes to swimwear, for some of you, if you have a deal, the way I'm getting, for some of you, there could be a few people involved, especially in like a modeling deal or something like that. And you had a few people envious, competitive, 1, 13, 14. And they tried to get you out of a situation so that you would have some type of resignation and you would not be part of a group, a team, whatever. You are going to be able to fix this. This feels like a work situation, especially if you are in the modeling industry. We got wealth and a brotherhood who's wealthy. For some of you, there's a brotherhood who's wealthy who want to invest in you, and there's a potential for a reconciliation. However, there needs to be a resignation in this industry. Okay, for some of you, there needs to be a resignation of Reese could be significant. Charisse, someone needs to resign because someone's out of her mind. She's a bully and a jerk. And for some of you, this could have been someone that actually administers the contracts, unfortunately. It happens that way. We got an enye. For some of you, again, I feel like someone who speaks Spanish. An enye is involved in a situation. We got a sisterhood here for some of you. We got a sleepover when it comes to a sisterhood. For some of you, you could sleep over with people that are like in your clan, in your soul clan. We got solar panels. Slow solar panel. I'm getting slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. For some of you, you could be going out with friends and then having time off. I'm getting a few different energies, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. You got to double down. For some of you, you're going to double down on something. You got to forget. For some of you, have to forget. For some of you, you will not see them again. For some of you, you can't see them again. Someone who is vindictive, you're not going to be able to see a vindictive person again. Hallelujah, my lovies. I'm getting hallelujah, holla back. For some of you, hallelujah, holla back. For some of you, someone's going to have a heart attack. I hope that vindictiveness helped. I don't know. A psychopath. Anyways, we got a fresh start. You got a fresh start for some. Homework. I'm not laughing at death. It's a recycling process. But some people get obsessed and they bring it upon themselves. Unnecessary suffering for themselves and for humanity until they heal their insanity. They'll be back. All white. Someone controls everything that somebody does. Someone's married to a control freak. Someone with a bakery. Someone's gonna win a bakery. For some of you, a Winnebago. Love. 70s. What did we say about the 70s earlier? Someone's gonna father somebody else's children or child. For some of you, check your paternity. If you have I don't know, somebody's too on their fear, they would rather not know anyway. Police sting operation. Lactose intolerant. Someone wants to apologize. I don't feel it. Because you're unique, international, and you're gonna get approved for a loan for some. Overindulging for some. Somebody's overindulging. I am feeling someone that's well paid for some. We got losing a house, but they're gonna lose a house. They left the door locked on purpose. They locked somebody out of a deal on purpose when it comes to a home. Being eliminated for good reason. Someone's gonna lose a home for good reason, because they were ignoring their intuition. They tried to tarnish your reputation by accusing you of being sexually loose, knowing they were making it up. I've gotten this one before, my lovies. I haul cars. That's interesting. Somebody just commented, I haul cars. I guess it came in one of the readings for them. But for some of you, this is coming from me, my lovey. So don't take offense to it. Spirit knows your heart. Spirit knows that. Spirit just knows. They tried to tarnish your reputation by accusing you of being sexually loose, knowing they were making it up, and they will have to pay for this karma too. Because what the fuck? Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Fear is the only thing stopping you. For some of you, fear is the only thing stopping you. For some of you, fear is the only thing stopping you. You have support from seen and unseen forces. Fear is the only thing stopping you. There are a million reasons why you could fear something and how things can go wrong, or you can find the one reason why it needs to go right, and you go and you fight. And not to say you're going to fight anybody, but you need to stand your ground. 7 of Wands energy. So a 90s baby, a sicko for some. I'm getting sickum. Someone has a dog. Currency, for some of you, currency. For some of you, loving babysitter. You have a loving babysitter. Or for some of you, you have a very nourishing and nurturing. She nourishes. I'm seeing like your babysitter breastfeeds your baby. This is how it's coming in. Esoterically, it could mean like, for some of you, you may actually have like a surrogate of some sort. But somebody really loves the baby. Like, they would nurture your baby. It's like breastfeeding your baby. This is cute. Anyways, they did not leave the door locked on purpose. For some of you, someone did not leave the door locked on purpose. Did insist. Someone left the door open for you. Getting their friends to spy on you. For some of you, Samuel. For some of you, Samuel gets their friends to spy on you. Or Samuel could be significant for some. We got major success. You are a major success, my lovies. At the bank, you got money in the bank. Shorty, what you drank. For some of you, my lovies, you're my soul family, my lovies. You really are. For some of you, like, dang, my lovies, you some stars, my lovies. Like, your inner light is the divine. Children, for some, 011920. Children, my lovies. All right. Children, Sharon, for some. For some of you, children, and they did it to spite you. Whatever they did to the children, they did it to spite you. Fucking idiot. No offense, my love. He's like, what the hell? You're going to hurt a child to spite another person? I don't know. This is, anyways. A masquerade ball. That's what it is. It's a masquerade ball for some of you. For some of you, there's a masquerade ball when it comes to a public eye. For some of you, someone hired a private investigator that works for the public. A watchman, apparently, yes. For some of you, got spies on you, or someone hired a spy. SOS, the spy is sending out an SOS, or this is the SOS message. You need to help. They're going to fall from great heights. They're going to fall from great heights because of their great fights that they started for no reason. Someone in pastry is going to have a great fall. Pastry arts could be significant because they shouldn't have done what they did. This person is not codependent. For some of you, someone is not codependent. Pastry could be significant, not codependent. We got a sweet 16. We got a sweet 16 for some. Spirit insist. Coup d'etat. Oh, we got a coup d'etat. Oh, someone was trying to take over a state. Or someone was trying to take, ooh, burp and emotions. Someone was trying to take over. You got to forgive. You got to forgive somebody for someone who's on a student visa. Earlier today, liposuction energy came in. For some of you, someone who had liposuction. Someone from the tropics, or they went to the tropics to get liposuction. This person does not like sex and prefers other forms of intimacy, and they tried to take advantage. They tried to take advantage of the underdog. This energy's been present the last couple of days, and I think it's also present in this reading. Apparently, we got the FBI, someone who is times 100, and somebody who is wet for some. What did we say earlier the other day of like being like a prostitute for the FBI or some shit like that under some type of like mind control? Maybelline, someone who wears a lot of makeup. Everything is made up. Everything is makeup. Someone could have lied and said they work for the FBI and they don't. Two parties who would actually get along if they accepted the connection. For some of you, two parties that would get along if they accepted the connection. They tried to sabotage your connection out of envy. For some of you, there are two people that would actually get along if they actually accepted the connection. And there were people involved. A liar who said they were in the FBI and they're not. They tried to sabotage your connection out of envy. They tried to sabotage a friendship out of envy. You may want to reconsider. Scientific journal. What do we say about scientific journal? I felt that scientific journal energy. We got a sacrifice. We got a vocational visa. Someone's on a vocational visa. An ex-friend is obsessed with your life. They know, you know, they never loved you. For some of you, you have an ex-friend who is, I told you, for some of you, I feel that in the field, who needs time to heal. You have an ex-friend like this, but you also have people that don't even really know you. They know of you, but they feel like, it's like that crabs in the barrel mentality. That analogy is quite interesting to me, but it's kind of like that, what people say, like it's a crab in a barrel mentality. It's like you came from the same space, or you came from the same place, something about camphor, and instead of like being like supportive, you know what I'm seeing like those little tablets that smell like alcamphor. For some of you, alcamphor. For some of you, someone has like some type of altar set up in their house at the door, and they every time they look at this thing, they think of you. Like something about Tina, something about Christina. Every time they look at that, or Christine, every time they look at that, and James, they think of you. Joshua, they think of you. This altar that they have that's supposedly for their protection, they're obsessed with your life and what you're doing. It's a weird feeling there, but an ex-friend is obsessed with your life. They know, you know, they never loved you. This friend, they could have tried to reach out to you. I'm really your friend. They tried to hold on to your energy, but they know that you know that they never loved you. They stopped faking. That's a good thing. An ex-friend is obsessed with your life. They know, you know, they never loved you. You would walk 20 miles for them, and they wouldn't even take a step in your direction. Because you're the real deal. You healed your childhood trauma. When it came to giving head to something or someone you didn't want to give head to. It happens. It happens, my lovies. I get you. You got to follow the protocol for some. They cannot be trusted. Someone with a nose job, rhinoplasty, cannot be trusted. If you have to do something to your nose, it says a lot. Someone who has blue balls or gets blue balls. The number 4, they have traumas related to sexual experiences. April could be significant for some. In April, you're going to meet somebody that they did something to their nose. They can't be trusted. This is going to be someone new to you. You're going to meet somebody. It's going to be someone new to you, new relations. A bone marrow or bone marrow transplant. This person could talk to you about bone marrow transplants. An earth sign, a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus. They can't look you in the eye, or they're not going to be able to. If they have a bachelor's degree in something. This situation should have ended a long time ago for some of you, with someone who is innocent. Because somebody is innocent in a situation, and something should have ended a long time ago. A beef should have been squashed a long time ago because something was wrong. Someone was wronged even when they were innocent. It is time to stop gathering information and take action. For someone's been studying somebody because they want to try to like maybe apologize. They don't know how to infused something or other, cinnamon gum. But you've won, my lovies. For some of you, there's a chance to recover or rekindle something with someone, because there were a lot of lies made up. Someone tried to sabotage a connection on purpose. Someone that pretended to work for the FBI, and all they do is fucking lie. Anyways, that's why they fry. Their mind is fried. For somebody's mind is fried. But I don't know why people would do things like this. It makes no sense to me. 12632. But anyways, my lovies, I love you, my lovies. Stay well, my lovies. Stay well. Stay absolutely well. 12632. That's 27 and 63. 1963 could be significant for some. But anyways, stay well, my lovies. You know why? Right? Was I right? Anyways. Or 62. There could be confusion between 62 and 63. Someone could have like false papers for some. But anyways, my lovey, stay well, because your sister friend loves you and adores you. Loves you and adores you. Your spirit friends love you and adore you. Love you and adore you. Your sister friend loves you and adores you. Loves you and adores you. Spirit friends and your sister friend and your spirit friends and your sister friend. And love always, and love always, and love always, and forever, homies. Something about Karen, something about Kareem. Peace.